Good afternoon, hello YouTube. Welcome to the channel of Stormus-Furry Biker. I hope you all are doing okay out there, doing well, keep it safe, rub upside down and legal if you're a fellow biker. You never overemphasize that last point enough. Massive shout out as always to all of my subscribers, old and new. Thank you so much for coming to view my videos on my channel. It means a hell of a lot to me. So thank you. Big shout out as always to Steve and Sue, Bike Talk crew of Bike Talk School of Motorcycling in Nottingham. We live in Nottingham surrounding areas and looking to do a CBT, A1, A2, or direct access. You give them a shout, check out their website and give them a message and they should be able to help you out. First shout outs go to Rossi 2 Wheels, Dashcam on 2 Wheels, Robin Hood Dashcam, here a bit of Mud Rider, to all the awesome people who like to watch this channel. Laura Gay at May Fursuit, who created this lovely pattern. And also, special shoutouts go to a good friend of mine by the name of T-Lock the Fox, and also Wolf the Aylesbury Wolf. I hope you're doing okay, my friend. I need to give you a call later. Welcome, said that's very nefarious, okay? So, onwards and inwards to this video. Now, a few months ago, I did say that I would do my first ever Q&A video. And so I opened the doors to all of you lovely people out there to give me some questions which I know you'd like to answer. And, you know, I wanted nothing naughty, nothing nefarious, nothing like that. Vulcans could sort those sort of questions out. Definitely not my sort of questions. Ha! And I had a few come in. So, without further ado, here we go. So the first question is from someone on Telegram by the name of Inoru. I hope I got your name right there, my friend. I really do hope I got your name right. And he asks, have you ever crashed a bike or your worst crash? I have actually crashed a bike. I crashed my little GM125 in 2016 on black ice. It was not very nice. I was just riding along, come over a hill, started slowing down for a corner to make my turn, and the road looked wet. I just tapped the back brake and my god, the bike went out from underneath me. Ouchies. And that was me on the ground and the bike sliding along the road. Luckily, damage was very light, restricted to just one broken bulb on an indicator. Yay! So I got away quite lightly on that one. My 600, yes, I dropped that as well after some dickhead decided to change lanes without fucking indicating when I was filtering. Dickhead. And he said to me that he would actually pay for the repairs, and he still fucking hasn't. What a fucking asshole. I really need to chase that bastard up. Falcon, take a note of that. I need to chase him up. I don't normally do the various things, I get him to do it for me. So, yep, those new 600 I've also dropped a couple of times in the garden. I know it sounds fucking crazy, but it happens when you're wheeling the bike around and you go a little off camera in the garden. It's before we had all the work done in our backyard, and she went over and I landed on top of her. Yay. So, yes, I have dropped bikes, I have crashed bikes, but never had a lot of damage on them. The damage on the 600 when the twat decided to change lane in front of me amounted to just a broken indicator, a broken mirror, a busted crash bang, and a few little scratches on the bike. Easily all sorted, all fixed, and that looks just as good as new. I hope that answered that for you, Inara. Next question comes from a friend of mine on Facebook by the name of Shrapnel. And he asks, how fast does your bike go? Now, two bikes, as you all know, I have the GM125 and I have the CBR 600. Now, the YZF-R125 I had in some of my other videos, I handed back to the finance company last year because it was just gathering dust now that I got 600. And I didn't really have space for 3 bikes in this yet. Well, I did, but it was just ball-like to keep moving the bikes around, in and out to be able to get to the GN for the restoration work. The GN will max out at 70 miles an hour. The 600, I'm afraid to say, Shrap, I cannot tell you that because I have not taken her that fast. Or have I? According to the statistics for the bike, it reaches 158 miles an hour or 160 miles an hour. Depends on which website you go to or which stats page you look at. But generally I'd say about 155, 158, or something between that ballpark figure. But as I say, I've never taken a bike knowingly above the legal maximum speed limit, permitted speed on the UK roads. He says. I am not going to say anything that may or may not put me into any sort of bother. That is all I'm saying on that. No more, no ethics, no. So there you go, Shrap. That is how my bikes go. One day I will find a runway or a private road where I can get permission to see just how fast the 600 will go, but until then, it's national speed limit all the way. Next one comes from someone called Dennis. How long have you been riding? I started out on the GN125 back in 2016 on the CBT, so it's 5 years in September that I started riding. And between then and now I've had the YZF-R125. That was on L-base initially until 2018 when I passed my full bike license tests in Mod 1 and Mod 2. In 2018 I gained my full unrestricted motorbike license. Way! And I've held it ever since with not a single penalty point. Touch wood. I just touched wood. Not that kind of wood, you naughty dirty fairies. Keep it clean, just like I am. So yeah, I've been riding for 5 years in September, and as I say, since July 2018 on a full unrestricted license, so I can ride any size bike I want. But I like my little 125 and my 600. I think if I was to go anything bigger, it might be a CBR 900 RR or an RRW from the 90s. Next question comes from BMW GS Black Guy. What bike could you have? What is your dream bike? Money no object. Now I've got a few and I can't really narrow it down to one. But if money was no object and I could buy any one motorcycle, it would have to be a 1948 C-Series Vincent Black Shadow. 1000cc V-twin, which is about 70, 80 years old, something like that. Kickstart, but by God, these things are fun. They look a hell of a lot of fun. Other bikes in that category and my dream bikes include the CBR 900 RRW, which I could possibly get in the future. It depends on how things go. VFR 750, they're another nice bike. And probably keeping in the sport bike realm, you'll be looking at something like, when you move back to two strokes, the Suzuki RG500 Gamma. 4 cylinders, 4 exhausts, 2-stroke, ring ding ding, fucking awesome bit of machine. But yes, my choice, my dream bike is a 1948 C-Series Vincent Black Shadow. Next question comes all the way from Patricia Pace. Do I have a fursuit crush? I'm afraid to say that I do not have a fursuit crush. I am happily married and I don't need the crush on anybody because I'm perfectly happy with the marriage I've got. Fursuit wise, my wife has a fursuit because she's a furry herself. So, I have no need to crush on anyone because I am happily married and I have a wonderful, wonderful wife. Whatever that I have. She's everything to me. So, You know, I know some people may crush on me. I may be being ostensible there, but sorry folks, I'm not on the market. I'm happily taken. Next question comes from Hillbilly Matt Rider. What camera and mic setup do I have and filtering tips? I will deal with the second bit first, filtering tips. I did actually do a video on filtering a few months ago, and I'll put a link to that in the description box below for you, Hillbilly Matt Rider. General tips for filtering would keep your speed down low. If you're going through traffic which is static, I'd be looking at doing say 10-15 miles an hour, not going too fast. If the traffic is moving slowly, stick to about 20 miles an hour. That way you have plenty of time if somebody decides to fucking do something stupid like change lanes, without indicating you can brake safely. Don't try and be like some people and go at the middle about 30, 40, 50, 60 miles an hour. They're just asking for trouble. You see all these idiots on Moto Magnet, Moto Stars, and all of these compilation videos lead splitting at 90, 100 miles an hour, and then they get pissed off when someone changes lane. Well, they're going that bloody fast that people cannot look in the mirrors in time and see them. I know, they're absolute fucking bellends. The other things with filtering is keep checking your mirrors, keep looking forwards, and before you go into a filter, do a double shoulder check, then move into the middle. And anytime you're about to come off a filter, i.e. take over a normal lane to the left lane or the red lane, do a double shoulder check just to move back into the lane and continue to keep your speed low, okay? I go into a lot of detail with it in the video that I created a few months ago. The first part of your question, what camera and mic setup do I have? I am running a Drift Ghost XL camera. I got it from Beachdale Motorcycles, who is a great shop on Beachdale Avenue in Nottingham. 159 pounds. I also have an external mic, which is from J&S Accessories for 20 pounds. And that cuts down a lot of the wind noise when I'm riding while I'm doing my vlogging. So, you know, it's a good little setup. I've had a couple of issues with it, but nothing I haven't been able to sort out. Anyway, next question. And this is the last question sent in by my good friend Jacob Whitley. Whitley? I don't know how to pronounce it sometimes. And it's the funniest, most memorable moment in pursuit. Oh boy, I have a lot many. I can't really narrow one down. There. I can narrow it down to about 2, maybe 3. One of them, I was in 2017, just after I got this new head. I was invited to my little surgery to raise money for a birthday. So me and my wife, she was my handler that day, she wasn't suited up, she shouldn't have suited fine. I was fully suited up, so we walked from our desk to our local Sainsbury's. So we had to go along the main road, you know, on the pathway on the main road. And as I was walking along, I could see the traffic as it gone my eye doing strange things, slowing down. And next thing I know, I hear screeching of tires, and I turned around and looked, and this car, Volvo, had nearly gone into the back of an Audi. People were doing double takes. I mean, come on. It's not that weird to see a 6 or 7 foot red and white furbo walking along the street, fully kitted up. You know, it's not that weird. It's not that strange. But the amount of people that were waving and giving me happy signs, happy faces, taking photos while driving. That's just a stupid thing to do, taking photos while they're driving. But yeah, you know, that was absolutely hilarious. The amount of people having to stop and do double takes and nearly causing accidents. I'll freely admit, that made me laugh. It did make me laugh. And the other really funny thing is at Cutfalls of 2017, where I actually made a new friend by the name of Cub. We got to the end of the convention, and this was on the Tuesday morning. Everything was closing down, the little Pursuit line was still open, and I've been doing my usual thing, being very much bouncy, crazy, silly, you know, taking fights with mirrors, and that sort of thing, sitting back in my shadow and just thinking, bird, and cute, and back well. And we got gone into the little lounge because the main bus was on to be closed down. So I'd finished shortly for the last time at the convention, and I was brushing my head, to prepare to put it away for the last time, feeling a little bit sad. And then a cop walks into the little lounge, and I'm like, "Hi." And she looks at me and goes, "Oh my gosh, it's you! It's you! It's you! It's you!" And for the first time I've ever had anybody fangirling over me. I mean, I'm not that cute. I'm just a furry. But she was honestly, she was fangirling so hard that I wouldn't exactly say it was funny, but it was strange for me to have somebody, having that sort of appreciation for this very cute little flatbird. Yeah. And she has said to me that she'd seen me all the way through the convention, but she'd never had the chance to, to catch up with us, get a photo and things like that. And ever since then, we've been friends, we've been chatting on and off, seeing how we've been getting on through this pandemic and all of that bullshit. But yeah, it's been that's really the two most memorable things for me in Furry. And yes, there's a third one, which is even funnier. I was at the Derby Fairs a few years ago. I think it was 2017, not long after Compuzzle. And we was in a pub, which is where the swimming was being held. And there's this old boy sat at the bar. He must have been on his fourth break pint. So let's come out of the first lounge, fully kitted up, very happy, bad. So I walked up to him, and I propped myself onto a bar stool. I looked across at him and I went, "Hi." He looked at me, looked at his pint, looked at me again, and pushed his pint away. He looks at me again, he says, "I think I've had enough to drink. I'm going home." And he's taken out of the pub. Oh, that was so fucking funny. Honestly, that was hilarious. It really, really was hilarious. Anyway, folks. Okay then, folks. So, that's the end of this little video. I hope you have all had your questions properly answered, how you wish them to be answered. And as such, I will be calling an end to this little video. So, until next time everybody, this is Stormus, the furry biker, as the big red matter fluffball named Stormus. Hi! Saying, take it easy, take care, and I will see you all soon in my next video. Until then everyone, stay safe, keep your rubber side down, keep it legal if you're a fellow biker, and I'll see you all then.